What is up? This is my vlog connected to the latest Ask Me Anything car related. As usual, the car guy Hugo Man had like 60 fucking questions. I have other ones that I've created. I've filmed. I've taped. I've recorded a couple more vlogs that I haven't posted up yet because I've been lazy and fucking busy. So, fuck it, whatever. Got some Hammer V12 right there. Some of that good old orange juice and coffee on ice. It's the shit. Try it. Do it. Don't just try it, just fucking do it. Do it. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to the questions now. Go ahead and go to Car Guys because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5. Counted correctly there. It's a lot of questions, man. Thank you, though, because it gives me something to talk about. Let's go ahead and go to my favorite movie car. You know, there's a ton of them. There's a shit ton of great movie cars, and I'm going to have to go old school here and say the Mustang from Bullitt. Definitely. Actually, great story about that. My grandfather, for a long time, had a Mercury, some sort of sedan, and they also had a Chevy Corvair, which was my grandmother's car, and the Corvair went to shit, so he actually took it to some used car dealership back in the early 70s. That's how long that Corvair lasted. It was from, late 70s to late 60s, early 70s. It wasn't a very good car for them because they had to use it a lot, and it was just problematic. Anyway, they brought it with it having some sort of rod was out of it. They brought it to this dealership that was at the bottom of a hill. So they basically coasted with a dead car, coasted down and went into the lot with it dead. And he saw this 1968 fastback, just like Bullitt, and he was like, I gotta have it. So he put that Corvair down and put some money on it and purchased a 1968 fastback Mustang. And that thing was in the family for years. Must have been up until the time my dad was in high school or out of high school, and I think they got rid of it after that. But yeah, my family had one, so I gotta say, my favorite one is that green Bullitt car. That thing is the shit. Best movie car ever. Also one of the best, actually the best movie driver of all time, Steve McQueen. Yeah, Steve McQueen is the shit. Anyway, thanks for that question. B1 Passat, no, negative. Early Passats, not very a big fan of those. They kind of look like early BMWs. They got that boxy shape to them. It's too boxy, and they don't have that really nice look to them like the B3. Really a big fan of the B3 with that grille-less front end. Love that. Very, very cool looking car. The B1, not a big fan. Mr. Bean's design of his Mini. I fucking love that thing. I am a huge fan of cars that are one color and then have a black hood. And the fact that that thing is just so crazy bright and it has that really nice black hood, love that car. Love it. Petrol heads in my family? Yeah, I do. I have a few. My little brother, that I hardly ever hang out with, he's about 11 years my junior, so it's we have kind of a different lifestyles, and I mean, we live in the same county. It's just I hardly ever hang out with him. But he is a huge petrol head. He's been in automotive tech classes in high school all years, and he knows more shit about engines than I do. He knows how to fix stuff and all that stuff. Huge petrol head. He's a big video game guy. He hasn't ever played like Forza or any sort of Sims, but he's done like Need for Speed Carbon and Most Wanted and I think the newest Need for Speed. He's more of that kind of video gamer. Yeah, him. My cousins are off-road guys. One of them has a Toyota Tacoma, 1987 Toyota Tacoma, and it's lifted. It's got 35s. It's badass. It's very fun. I haven't driven it, but I've been off-roading with him in it, and it's the shit. It's so much fun. Thing can crawl. It can really go through the mud really well. It's very, very fun. My dad, of course, is a petrol head. He has his second ever car he ever purchased, which is a 66 Mustang. First car he ever purchased was a 65 Mustang. He didn't buy it like off the line or anything. He's not that old. But he's had that 66 for a long time. He had a Grand National. Not a Grand National, I think it was a T-Type. Was not a Grand National, but it was a turbo Buick Regal. And he's got a 71 Chevy C10 long box, and he had before then it was a 72 step-side C10. What else did he have? We had Bronco 2, GMC Yukon, a couple other cars here and there, old Escort, not a European one or anything. It was just an old Escort, piece of shit. But yeah, he's a big petrol head. Always took me to the races and stuff. So yeah, there's lots of petrol heads in the family. My Nana and Papa, they have finally it's been redone. They were gonna have it reupholstered and detailed and have the engine rebuilt in it and everything. 1987, I think 87 or 90s. Firebird Trans Am, the Formula. I don't know if it's a Trans Am or it's a Formula. I don't know if that's two different things, but they had that. They have it now. It's finally built again, and they're going to be driving it around pretty soon. Guy they gave it to was a family friend, and he kind of just gave him the runaround and didn't build the goddamn thing up for 5 fucking years. Want to go over there and break his fucking kneecaps. Piece of shit. Finally got it done, though. That's good. Anyway, most fun I've had in a car. You guys saw that on the Ask Me Anything post. Sex. Sex is the most fun I have ever had in a car. In this one, countless other cars with the same chick. Damn right. Anyway, let's not get into that. Thanks for all those questions, man. Let's go ahead and go to Joel Kajesbo. He asked me the B8 Audi S4, the Opel Insignia VXR, or the Passat R36. Passat R36 over all of those. I don't care if the other ones might be faster or whatever. This in an R36 form, motherfucking hell yes. It's badass. It's a very, very quick car. It's a people's car, and yeah, it's badass. Definitely the R36 over all those other cars. R36 over a lot of cars that I can think of off the top of my head. Like, I would pick an R36 over a BMW Z4M Coupe. I would. Z4M Coupe's a badass car, but it ain't no R36. Anyway, thanks for that question, Joel. Now, power to weight. We actually answered this on our last podcast, I think, but he hasn't uploaded it yet. Ian Wright, Mr. Sir Ian Wright, asked the question, power to weight asked the question, motorcycle helmet laws and lane splitting. I think it's essential for motorcyclists to wear a helmet, because basically you hit a pothole on that thing, you fall off and you hit your head and you don't have anything on it, you're gonna die. At like 35 miles per hour and more, you're gonna die. It's death. Helmets save lives, definitely. The law requiring them to wear it, I think, is pretty damn essential too, because a lot of people are idiots and they think that they're bulletproof and they think they can just fucking ride around with no helmets. I mean, that's that whole outlaw biker gang kind of thing. You're an idiot. You're a moron. It just takes one wrong move on a fucking motorcycle and you're dead. And his other question about what do I think of lane splitting, I think that's a fucking stupid pastime. It's an idiotic thing. Going between fucking cars that outweigh you by like 3,000 pounds. And any of those guys at any moment could not be paying attention and fucking try and merge. No. Bad idea. It's got to be a really great way to go through traffic and all. but it's a stupid fucking thing to do. Very, very stupid thing. I would never do it if I had a motorcycle. If I commuted by motorcycle, would not do it. Even though it's legal here in Oregon, yeah, wouldn't catch me doing it. Hell no. Better believe I'd be giving people tons of room in front of me and make sure people give me a lot of room behind me. I'd be wearing fucking full safety gear all the time. Kevlar. Straight up Kevlar and fucking steel plates on my chest. Yeah, motorcycle helmets are essential for their survival on the road. They should always wear them. And I think that a good invention is that newer, I don't know if they're new, but they have that airbag jacket. They have the airbag helmet. That's fucking cool. That's really, really cool, actually. I think that would save a lot of lives. Wish they would make them a little cheaper. Be kind of cool if you could just get them for cheap. Anyway, yeah, thanks for that question. Then Jeff Skyline. Jeff or Joff, I don't know how to say your name. Pretty sure it's Jeff. It's just spelt weird. Geoff. Joff. Jiff. I don't know. Jeff Skyline asked me my favorite Japanese car. That's a tough one to answer, man. That's a very, very tough one to answer. Now, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot to be said about all the sports cars that they have, like Skyline Supras, Celicas, RX-7s, and all that jazz. But, I think for the world, I think the Honda Civic is the coolest. Kind of, and the Toyota Corolla. Those things are amazing. Was just listening to jazz radio. Or no, it wasn't jazz radio. It was the talk radio over the weekend. And on Sundays, they do like a history lesson kind of thing. They have like a topic and they talk about it. And it was cars, and they were talking about back in the late 60s, early 70s, how the Toyota Corolla outsold the probably the most iconic car in the world, one of the most iconic cars in the world, the classic Beetle. And it outsold it by millions. And that's something to be said, man. That's definitely something very, very cool to be said about a car manufacturer, where they can outsell probably the best-selling car of all time, becoming best-selling car of all time. And I mean, that's awesome. And a lot of them are still on the road. I mean, I've seen 70s and early 70s, late 60s Corollas and Camrys on the road before, and that's definitely something to be said. So yeah, all those cheap econo boxes, those are definitely my favorite Japanese cars. They've got to be. I mean, they're definitely cooler than any of those sports cars that they have. I mean, the sports cars are great and all, but you can't beat the versatility and the and what they mean to the car world when you're talking those badass people's cars. Anyway, the next one is 86. You got a lot of stuff on your name. Anyway, you asked the question, would I rather get a different car that is all-wheel drive for under $15,000 or convert Wallace to all-wheel drive? And hell motherfucking yeah, I would convert this thing to all-wheel drive, and I would do like an Audi Quattro swap. So it's actual all-wheel drive, not 4Motion where it's all-wheel drive when I need it. Yeah, I would definitely, over getting a different car, I would all-wheel drive swap this thing if I had the money. And it wouldn't take too much money. It'd just take a lot of money. It would take a lot. I'm thinking somewhere around the line of like $7,000, $7,000 to $10,000 to completely convert this thing. And if I did so, I would turbocharge it, get a badass 3-inch exhaust, and it would be that selector exhaust that has that valve in there that changes it to muffled to not muffled. Yeah, that'd be the shit. Badass sleeper, man. And I wouldn't lower it. I wouldn't even have it at this ride height. If I was to convert it to 4-wheel drive, I would definitely lift it up and build that that worldwide Wallace. That's what I would do. God, I wish I could do that, man. Wish I could do it. Wish I had fucking money. Anyway, I kind of got through that kind of quick. Yeah. Thanks for watching the video if you did, and if you did not, I hope you only own hybrids in the future. Not the cool ones either, just like the shitty ones. Like a Camry hybrid, or a, I don't know, whenever they come out with a truck that's a hybrid. That's super cool. Honda Ridgeline hybrid. Hope you own that only. Forever.